A few weeks ago, we told you guys that one of our cars was going to get clinched. Now, they don't make anything for the Camaro, I don't think. They do make something for the Fiat, but come on. Are we really going to do the Fiat? If you thought we were going to do my car, you were right. We're actually going to kind of clinch my car. This is their Ducktail spoiler. We're going to go ahead and put that on my car today. I've actually enlisted the help of my buddy Benjamin.
Hey guys.
He is from BEMARO Specialty Films. He specializes in paint protection film and a bunch of other things. Maybe we'll hear more from him later. But for now, we got to get this spoiler on that car. This is a scary process for a lot of people. If you've never drilled into the trunk of your car, this is probably not going to be an easy thing for you to do because you have to drill 16 holes into the trunk of your car. So it's not for everybody, but it does look badass for those that do it, in my opinion. The other thing I got to talk about is the alignment fitment along the edges here. I believe this is ABS plastic. It's molded. I don't know if this is perfect. I do know if it's perfect. It's not perfect. We actually have to trim down a little bit here on this side to get it to line up properly with the trunk. So that's something that I'm going to let Benny take care of because he's got the surgeon hands.
Yeah.
So Benny's really good at templating. I would have never have thought to do something like this out of cardboard to get my measurements, to get my fitment, to do all of that. I probably would have messed it up even more.
Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna align those marks that I put on there, and we know exactly how much we have to trim off, and that makes sense because this side only this needs to be notched off. Remember?
Yeah.
If you come over here, I'm sure that it should be more than just that piece. And yet, when we do this side, when we align the marks, you see how much needs to be notched off there. So more than just that corner, this whole end has to be notched off a bit for it to fit right. Remember guys, safety first.
So while Benny is dremeling the rest of that spoiler down in there, I just want to really quickly mention that if you do decide to go with the Clinched spoiler, you might not have to do this. This is because I'm a little bit OCD, and that's why I'm coming to Benny, because I know he's even more OCD than I am, so he needs to get it down perfect. And you know what? I like to take my cars and put it in show, so it's important to me that every detail is actually taken care of. So he's taking care of that for me. But again, you might not go through this, so it might just be easy for you to just bolt it on and you're done.
So typically this is something that you do on on metal surfaces when you want the drill to where you're pretty much marking where the drill is going to start the bit. So by doing this, the very tip of the drill gets stuck in that area when it first starts. Let me come on this side now? Yeah, go over here. Down. 13 more to go.
So why do you want to pre-drill the holes instead of just putting it on the car and then drilling into it?
If I'm gonna fight with the spoiler, I'd rather fight with it here on the table than fight it on the car and cause all sorts of scratches and damage to the actual spoiler. Not only that, we want to pre-drill the holes on the spoiler, and then before even putting it on, we're gonna pre-drill the holes on the actual trunk as well. And then the final step is the assembly.
So in a way, by pre-drilling the holes on the spoiler, this is going to be giving us the template for the holes on the trunk, right?
Yep. That's exactly right.
Okay, so we did the pre-drills on the spoiler, and like I told you earlier, we're going to use those holes to kind of tell us where on the trunk the holes for the spoiler need to go. So we're putting it on how we want it to be mounted, so that'll give us our template, so to speak, in terms of where we're going to mark on the trunk to go ahead and drill those holes. So on the blue tape, as you can see here by where I'm pointing, the blue tape kind of acts as a layer of paper, and then the holes that we marked are going to be our template for where Benny's going to drill and install the riv nuts. But something like this always makes me a little bit nervous because this is the trunk. You know, first of all, it's an actual like physical exterior body part of the car. The other thing is there aren't very many triple yellow S550 Mustangs on the road. So if I decide, because I tend to decide that I get bored of a lot of things really quickly, that's going to be harder to do on this because of the new holes that I'm going to be drilling. Well, that Benny's going to be drilling into the trunk of the car.
Yeah, so like there's no going back.
There's no going back.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing that I can't express enough upon all of you guys watching this video right now. If you're gonna do any sort of wide body fender flares, this is a permanent mod. This isn't something that you can, it's not reversible. So you really have to be set on doing this to your car. Otherwise, man, you're gonna have a headache in the future. Alright guys, the spoiler's done. We got it on the car. I think we're both kind of content, more or less, with what we've done, particularly what you've done. Thank you so much for helping me. For the people out there who don't know, what it is that you actually do.
I run a business called BEMARO Specialty Films, and I specialize in paint protection films. There are some things that I do on the side, like spoilers and wraps and that sort of thing, but the main thing I focus on is paint protection.
Cool. Cool. And where can they find you?
You can check out my website at bemarofilms.com, or you can check me out on social media at BEMAROSF. And yeah, and I have a YouTube channel as well, BEMARO, without the S and the F.
Awesome. We'll go ahead and include all of that stuff down in the description below. Make sure you guys like this video and subscribe, and then stay tuned because next week we're going to do the official unveiling of my car in all its brand new glory. We'll see you guys then.
Well, Brian, come and pick up your R splitter, yeah? Nah, just messing.